Hello, welcome back to Wario Land 3. Today we're going to be getting the first of the music box coins. I've been calling them golf coins, but that's a misnomer. That's just what they unlock. So here, of course, something I quite like with these coins is that while some of them are just on the way to certain chests, because they don't want to be too difficult when it comes to things like just ever 100%ing things, some of them are their own little puzzles, like this one, for example, of these platforms, which require you to navigate these little apple guys. It can be a bit of a pain if you don't realise that ducking actually stops you eating the apples, which I keep forgetting. Knowing that would have made things a lot easier for me. But I just keep forgetting that kind of thing, it's ridiculous. So of course there's 8 of those coins in the levels. There's 7 more to find. And some of them are some quite interesting areas. So this one's a little bit annoying because it requires us to navigate these things, which can be quite difficult to do if you're trying to just not get grabbed at all. Because it can be tricky to time them. Also, the fact that we need to get flattened by that thing as well. This is a bit of a pain because this thing's movement can be quite tricky. And sometimes it can end up in really weird positions that make it hard to get stepped on by him. Like if he does that, for example, there's a good chance he may end up on that top ledge there. If he gets on top of the top like that, and if he ends up there, it can be next to impossible to get him back down again. This took me a few tries. But still, it's a different take on the puzzle, and that's fun. Let's get up that ledge so I can move on. That little guy ambushed me. So we just need to go down here. We could also use the fire blocks, but this is much less annoying. Because you have to go off screen for the fire blocks, and I just don't want to deal with that. Because that requires a lot more timing, and who has time for that? So now we have to actually use these things to climb to an area we didn't get to before, which is kind of cool. This one's the easy one though, and the right one, because now we can go up here. And these little falling leaves are up here. We've seen these before, but we were going for one of the chests. I quite like how many of these little secret areas there are off screen, in places you wouldn't really like. Sometimes some areas are a lot taller than you'd think, because you just don't think there'll be anything this far off screen. I've quite like that when a level is like a lot more vertical than it initially seems, because when you first play through this particular level it does seem very horizontal, but there is a lot of verticality to it. You knocked us right into the door we want to go into. So now of course we have these cones to go past. It's kind of funny that sometimes the coins are a lot easier. Because of course the whole point of it is like the chests are all quite tricky to get, but then some of the coins are kind of split between being harder or as hard as some of the chests and just kind of chill. I think they're trying to avoid frustrating the player too much. Because you've been through the 4 chests each level, you don't really want to go through another 4 billion puzzles just to get the 8 coins. It's probably so you don't have to worry about coming up with 12 unique puzzles for each level. This way you only need to come up with 4 majorly unique puzzles and a few smaller puzzles for some of the coins. This can be quite tricky to work out how to get up here, but we just need to migrate one of these guys over there. one of the few keys that is going to be in the way trying to get to the actual coins. Because before the coins were in the way of the keys, now the keys are in the way of the coins. They've swapped around, which is kind of fun. You don't really see Wario that much, so it's always fun to play around with him. But of course, the main thing is we actually need to be in this tree. Now we already know this puzzle is just climbing up a bunch of these, like, jumping off birds and getting past all these caterpillars, so we can watch the entire climb. Because we've already done it before, going for the chest in here, in the boss fight. So we'll just get all the way to the top of the Donut Man is, so we can turn us into Donut Wario. And we can drop through each of these blocks. Annoyingly, there are exactly enough blocks that there's one too many. So you nearly always need to have the double Wario. We almost wasted a few jumps there. That could have been disastrously annoying if we'd landed on each ledge and lost it already again. Now we need to get out the tree. So I don't want to just go to map because I don't know if it'll keep the coins. So I'm going to need to try and find an exit. But I don't want to do the boss fight. So rather than dealing with that, we'll find an exit. Here where this key was. And now we can just go to a much easier entrance. Or exit, I guess. So the next few videos, I'll be putting multiple levels in one video for the rest of these coins because they don't take very long. Editing them down results in them becoming quite short videos, no matter how long it takes to actually get the coins. So the next few levels will all be kind of together. So I'll see you next time. I also quite like how it kind of colours in the picture as well. That's quite a satisfying thing to watch unfold. So I'll see you next time as we get 2 levels worth of coins. Goodbye. I would like to thank James Rossi for supporting me on Patreon as my Bio-Enchanted leg tier. I really hope other people can also join my Patreon to help support my channel and help improve the amount of resources I have for making better videos and be able to put more time into more elaborate thumbnails and title cards and things like that. Because I'd like to be able to have more time to really work on those kind of visual aspects beyond the actual video itself. Thank you.